parameterize an assembly. The first one is fairly straightforward, and it's actually shown here. So there is a disk and a shaft that's sitting inside of it, and the parameters that run this thing are R1, R2, little t, and big T. Okay. Now, I'm going to do these problems two different ways. The first one is how I did it in class, and the second one is using copy and paste special, which in some cases it may save you a few steps, but unless you know what you're doing, I suggest you go with the first route. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is to show you how to make sure that the parameters that you create at the assembly level, and this is very important, the parameters must be done at the assembly level as I have discussed in class. Okay, we have to make sure that these things actually show in your tree. So the way to do it, mine of course is already set so that they do show, but in case yours is not, yours are not, so you go to Tools, Options. Okay, in the tree here, select the Infrastructure, Product Infrastructure, and then you scroll all the way down these tabs. You select the tree customization, and you want parameters, relations, and I guess constraints is not necessary, but make sure that these three are all saying yes. You select each one of them and you say activate. Okay, and obviously if you want to deactivate, you select it deactivate, but you want parameters, relations, and constraints to be active. Constraints, as I said, is not quite necessary. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I created a product file, and then immediately I'm going to save it. File, save management, save as, on the desktop. Okay, on the desktop, I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call that thing parameterize. One. Okay, that's the first problem that we're going to do. And you say, okay, so everything that we do for this problem is going to go there. Alright, so I'm going to insert my first part. These are nominal parts that are parts in the assembly that I'm going to make it. Right click properties, and I'm going to call this thing the shaft. Okay, so let me see. Alright, and this is the part name. The other one was instance. That's okay. Shaft. And we're going to make it. It's a very simple part. So on a convenient plane, on that horizontal plane, I will sketch. We'll sketch a circle. This is going to be the shaft, basically. Let me on purpose. Well, that's okay. So there we are, and I'm going to dimension this. Remember, this is one of the things that we're going to parameterize. So we might as well put a dimension on it because we want to control this thing. Exit, and then pad it. And because it's symmetric with respect to both sides, I'm going to do mirror extent, and then that's pretty much it. Okay. Then I'm going to make the disk. So back to the product, insert, new part, in there. I always say no. Right click properties, and I'm going to make this thing the disk. And the disk. Okay, let's make it. On a convenient plane, on that same XY plane, I will sketch a circle. This is going to be, on purpose, I'm not projecting, or if I project, remember, you have to isolate it, okay? But I'm not projecting on purpose. Later on, of course, the inside radius of the disk and the radius of the shaft are going to be the same, but I won't do that right now. So dimension these two because these are two of the parameters that we're going to be using. Okay, exit, and then pad it, mirror extent, and OK. Now keep in mind that of course later on we want these radii to match, but there are no assembly constraints here. So might as well go and make the assembly constraints. So the assembly constraints is coincident axis of the shaft and the axis of the disk, and coincidence between the XY plane of the disk and the XY plane of the shaft. When you do this thing on a test, make sure you put assembly constraints on it if you were asked to do so. All right. Now we're going to create our parameters at the assembly level. This is so important. Do not create the parameters at the part level. Go make sure that you're at the assembly, and then you click on f of x down here from the knowledge, and notice that down there you have parameters of new parameters of type. Obviously we want 4 parameters of type length. Okay, so first one, if it's anything else you change it, but we do want type length. So click on it, you make this thing R1, and then give it a meaningful value. Don't give it 0, because if you have something of radius 0 and then the structure collapses or the geometry collapses, you're going to panic. Okay, so why don't I make it 1 for now? R1 is the inside radius, so I'm going to make it 1. Okay, apply. Right now it has nothing to do with our model. Another one, R2, I'm going to make it 2. Apply. Another one, I'm going to make it little t. This is half height of the shaft, for example. I'm going to make it a 3. All right, apply. And another one, big T. Let's make it, I don't know, maybe 6. Apply. Okay. All right. Now notice that because we activated the parameters to show here, to show in the tree, they're right there. Okay, now these have nothing to do with my model yet, so I'm going to make the association now. So if you click on f of x, all right, and if you click on the shaft here, only the stuff related to the shaft, dimension related to the shaft are going to show up, which is single radius and the height of the shaft. Okay. By the way, it looks like in this model, I'm saying that I'm saying that these are 2t. Okay, because I did use half height of the model, so this is going to be actually 2t and 2t. That's how I'm going to do that. All right. So if you click on the disk, only the stuff related to the disk are going to show up, which is R1, inside radius, outside radius, and the height of the disk. If you click on the product, everything is going to show up. Sometimes this may be okay because you want to see it on purpose, but it also clutters the space. So let me click on the shaft, just these two. Okay. So let me see now. If I select this radius from the screen, see that? The radius of the screen? If I select this, I want this thing to be R1. So I say add a formula. Now if you type R1, or you can select on rename parameters, you double click on it, etc. Or you can actually select it from here. See that? See? Just puts it there. And we say OK. The reason it became red because the radius has been changed and I haven't updated. Now this height, see this height here? This is half height of the shaft, and I can say add a formula equal to either little t, or from the tree, or just type little t, or from the tree just double click on little t. It's going to put it there for you. Okay. Now if I say, by the way, apply, all of these are going to be resize. Let's say update. There we are. You see that? Okay. Now click on the disk. The stuff related to this are going to show up. Now let me see. Now this is the inside radius of the disk. So you select it. You say add a formula. This is R1. And then this one is the outside radius. You select it from the screen. Add a formula equal to R2. And this is the half height of the disk. Add a formula. That's going to be your big T. And OK. And close it. And update.